several ways to incorporate mindfulness into your daily practices, and that's what the Winter Wellness Retreat is encouraging you to do.
That's right. We have two beautiful women here to tell us all about it today. Welcome. Now she's looking right at me. Paulina.
I did it.
You did. So, namaste, ladies.
Oh, namaste.
Namaste.
What can we expect for the Winter Wellness Retreat? Is it a yoga wearing, walking around, alming all the time?
Yes,
Right.
totally.
Like White
Silent
Lotus? Is it White
retreat.
Lotus?
Yeah.
Sort of, actually. The Winter Wellness Retreat was kind of an idea that came from four women-owned, women-led organizations here in Toledo that are members of Her Hub. And we came together really wanting to create like a retreat experience and kind of came up with the idea of doing it in the new year with the intention of kind of reconnecting, setting intentions for the new year, not resolutions, but intentions, connecting with each other, connecting with ourselves. So there is some mindfulness activities, but there's some healthcare stuff. There is some self-defense. So lots of fun things.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, can I even touch on that piece? So what's the difference between a resolution and an intention?
See? So an intention, it's something that's already there. You don't have to force it to happen. It's not like this goal that I'm going to be like, I'm going to do this, and then if we fail, we think we fail, and then it's just we beat ourselves up about it. But an intention's already a part of us. So so that's kind of some of the things that we really want to impress upon the women that come, is that this is a way to just help generate those intentions that are already there, that are already available to you, and help give you some creativity about how you can bring them out.
I love that. And so really, I'm asking for all the viewers, but really myself. Okay, so intention. So versus New Year's resolution. So a New Year's resolution would be like, I want to lose weight. And a New Year's, an intention would be...
My body's beautiful exactly as it is.
Yes. I want to treat my body better.
I love myself.
Yes.
I want to
All day today, I'm not going to hate myself, right?
Yes.
So what are some of those exercises that people can be doing in preparation to just sort of get themselves in that mindset of setting a good intention?
Yeah.
Well, so we'll be talking about that at the Winter Wellness Retreat. I'll be leading a class on physical well-being through emotional healing, and we'll actually be talking about some of these ways that our body holds on to this extra energy, whether that is this excess weight or this is inflammation in our bodies or some sort of an illness. What is the root energetic and emotional cause of that to help us eventually release that through healing so we can feel most balanced?
Oh, that's good.
And then on the other end, I'll be talking about menstrual wellness and hormones. So really learning to listen to our body and the message that it's sending us, so that way we can, we can better recognize, are things okay, are things not okay, give us that language to talk to our providers. And then we also have a empowerment self-defense class that we're going to be doing, as well as pelvic floor care through breath work, through our breath. So yeah, it's a whole mind-body wellness.
All important stuff.
Yeah. This is maybe like this all-encompassing, holistic approach to wellness. A lot of time we think it's yoga fits and walking around breathing. And while it's also that, and those are very helpful, it's also what does that physicality look like and with the self-defense component or with the pelvic floor exercises.
Absolutely.
And I had a question for you that I actually just forgot, but I'll get to it in a little bit. It was I actually.
Well, do you know what I think is really cool is that a lot of what you spoke about the menstrual cycle and the pelvic floor, there's a lot of stigma that's associated with that. So what a safe space to come and talk about that. I also want to ask you, do you do anything about trauma, about kind of overcoming having traumatic events that are holding you back from opening your chakra and your center?
Yeah, so that's with what we're going to be talking about. With pelvic floor, you think of something that happens, with our family, that second chakra is associated with the pelvic floor and sometimes the first chakra. So we can have a lot of trauma there. So as we release that pelvic floor through our breath, sometimes emotions will come up with that. Sometimes we'll have some stored memories in there, whether we remember them actually or not. And when we begin to release that and acknowledge, and we're in the safe space to be able to release that among those who love us and care for us, then we're able to move past that and feel some of that release in our physical body.
Ooh, okay, I remember my question now. For those, we do have a lot of women that watch this show. Now, can you actually give an example as far as just the menstrual piece? So what is it that maybe something like you're thinking, maybe it's just cramps, that's a physical sign, but it could be something that you could change with or how does that?
Well, what we're going to be talking about is, so it's going to be, that session is going to be taught by myself, who's a women's healthcare provider, as well as a local naturopathic doctor. So we're going to talk about, what happens, what it looks like when it's normal. And so then we can recognize when things are abnormal. Give us the language to use to talk about it.
Okay, sorry. I'm so they're playing this. I'm going to talk to you forever. You guys, get to this wellness retreat. There is so much to do, so much to see, so much to learn. We'll have those links up on NBC24.com. Hit that What's Going On tab.